Hey, I'm Casey Moore, and today I want to talk to you about being able to score out of the triple threat. All right? If you're trying to take your game to the next level, if you don't handle the ball as much, if you're not a point guard or a primary ball handler, you've got to first learn how to score out of a triple threat position, because a lot of times you're going to be catching the ball on the perimeter or maybe even in the inside the perimeter, and you're either making a decision to shoot, drive, or pass versus being someone that's handling the ball a lot and moving off the dribble a lot. So you might be catching somewhere around the three-point line. You need to be able to do two things if you're going to develop into a more of a primary ball handler, or to be able to get the ball more and more. You got to be a threat to score or get easy shots for your teammates. And to do that, you've got to be able to have a couple principles down really well, and then you've got to develop a shot and a drive out of that triple threat. The first thing are the principles. When we're working on being in a triple threat position, I'm trying to always get my hips and feet squared up to the basket with the ball in a pocket that I can shoot from. Again, I'm trying to be a threat. So the second that I turn my body, I am no longer in a threat to shoot. So for me to make a move, I typically am going to want to get my body squared up. And the way that I do that is I work on pivoting on my feet. And I want you to pivot on both feet so that you get good at moving in different directions. But we're gonna work on trying to pivot on the left leg, and we're gonna reverse pivot where we can put our hips into our defender, move them off the target that we wanna be, and then we can reverse pivot back into our spot. Right? So that reverse pivot is me driving into the defender, and then I can sweep and move back out. It would look the same way if I was pivoting on my right leg. I've got the ball protected on my left hip. Defender's here. I'm going to turn into that defender and protect the ball on my right hip. Now I'm going to move back into that position where I'm a threat to score. I need to be able to get back into this position where I can shoot from, and I need to be thinking, where's my defender and can I shoot from here? Right? I can't go into a shot right here if I have a defender right here. I need to be thinking, where's my defender? Where are their hands? Can I get a shot up right here? That's ultimately what we want to be able to do, is can I be a threat to do this? And that's where a move develops. If I can be a threat to shoot, now I have developed two moves. I've developed a shot, and then I've developed a shot fake. If you can do a shot, you can do a shot fake. It should look exactly the same. You're just going to stop yourself at some point in that shot. So I want to be able to reverse pivot really well, and to just pivot on this left foot and to pivot on this right foot, where I move this ball from pocket to pocket. And the way that we're going to do it is we're going to use sweeps. These sweeps need to be low and strong. I'm trying to get as low as I can. The lower I am here, the stronger, better position I'm going to be to drive in. So getting low in this triple threat position is going to help. And understanding that ultimately, I want the ball in my pocket where it's protected, with my feet and hips squared up into a shooting position. All right, that's very important. So our two moves are going to be us shooting out of this position. So what are we going to work on? We're going to work on squaring our body up. We might reverse pivot, protecting the ball. I reverse pivot, I turn. I want to be able to shoot out of that position. I missed. I didn't have a really good feel of my feet or my midline. And that's what you're working on here. If you can't shoot just square up jumpers from this three-point line, you need to work on moving in. But you've got to get to the point where you're going to be out of this position and you're going to be able to shoot. It has to be a shot that you develop, because you need to be able to shoot to be in a triple threat position, because it's one of our three threats. We're not focusing on passing right now, which is the third threat. We also want to be able to shoot and drive. So when we drive, we can drive in either direction. We're just pushing off this leg that's our plant leg or our pivot foot. So when I drive, I want to try to get as low as I can and push as hard as I can off this leg that I'm planted on. So if that means that I'm driving on the right leg or the left, I'm going to try to get as low as I can and push off that leg and get it as far in front of me as I can. You learning how to square up and then drive makes you an extremely dangerous player, okay? Shooting off the catch and being able to drive out of this position. I just want you to take one dribble when you do it. You're either gonna one dribble into a pull-up or you're gonna try to get all the way to the basket off one dribble. But that's what you're gonna focus on, is to develop the ability to be confident with the ball, to be able to learn how to get your hips squared up to where you want them, get your feet where you want them, and to be a threat to shoot or a threat to protect that ball and get as low and long as you can off one dribble. If it gets to here, fine. If you can get all the way to the basket for a floater or a finish, fine. But think about, am I a threat to shoot? And can I get low enough to beat my defender to the basket? Okay? Those two moves are going to develop into a lot more moves if you can just master the basics of shooting out of this triple threat position and then driving out of that triple threat position. The last thing I want to give you is where you're putting this ball. If we're really working on sweeping, we're going to be able to protect this ball by driving and keeping this ball out beside us, because this keeps us protected from our defender. We're trying to attack the basket. So I'm not stepping out here. I'm trying to cut my man off. I'm trying to beat my defender going at the basket, at the rim. So I want to make sure that I get long, direct, and I protect this ball on the dribble. So here, so I can go into that shot, either on the right or the left, or I can go into that finish, protecting that ball. Okay? So get good at these things. Shooting out of this position, no matter which pivot foot you're on, learn how to shoot, and then learn how to push off that leg and drive. All right? Work on those things. You're going to get more opportunities with the ball in your hand when you prove that you can make shots, or you can drive and get yourself a shot or your teammates a good shot out of the triple threat. I hope this helps, and I'll see you next time.